Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we will talk about the various parts of transformer. What is transformer? Transformer is a static electromagnetic device which is used to convert AC electrical power from one voltage level to another level of voltage by either increasing or decreasing the value of current at a constant frequency. Transformer works on the principle of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. This is the definition of transformer. We will not study about the working of transformer in this video. So if you want to study the detailed working of transformer, I will provide you the link in the description. Now coming on to the parts of transformer. These are the parts of transformer which we will discuss in this video. The first part is the transformer core. Transfer of power from primary to secondary side occurs through common magnetic circuit known as core of the transformer. This is the transformer core. Transformer core is generally made up of silicon or steel because of their high permeability. And due to high permeability, these materials provide easy flow of magnetic flux from primary to secondary side. So silicon and steel has a high permeability and they provide an easy flow of magnetic flux. So these materials are preferred for the transformer core. The transformer core is made up of very thin laminations in order to reduce eddy current losses of transformer. Here you can see the transformer core is made up of very thin laminated sheets. Thin layer of varnish insulates each individual laminated sheet from each other. This is the single laminated sheet, and each sheet of the transformer core is insulated from each other by the varnish material. The horizontal side of the core is called the yoke, while perpendicular side is known as limb of the transformer core. This is the horizontal side of transformer core, which is called the yoke, while the perpendicular side is called the limb. The next part is the transformer winding. Transformer winding generally consists of several turns of copper or aluminum coils wound on a common magnetic core. These are the turns of coils which are wound on a common magnetic core. It can either be copper or aluminum wires. Each winding turn is isolated from each other by an insulating material. There are two types of winding. Primary winding. The winding which is connected with the AC input supply is called the primary winding of transformer. Whereas the winding to which an electrical load is connected and output voltage is drawn is called the secondary winding of transformer. This is the primary winding and which is connected with the AC source, whereas the secondary winding is connected with the output of transformer. Transformer oil, and it is very important in the transformer. The main tank of transformer is completely filled with insulating oil. The core and windings of transformer is placed in the main tank of transformer and they are fully immersed in the oil. So the core and windings of transformers are fully dipped in the oil which are present in the main tank of transformer. The main purpose of oil is to cool and insulate a transformer. Hence, oil used in the transformer has excellent insulating properties, and due to their insulating properties, the oil provides insulation between the transformer windings. It also acts like an insulator between the transformer windings and core. So basically, transformer oil provides the insulation to the transformer windings as well as to the core of transformer. During loading conditions, copper coils in a transformer carries a high amount of current, due to which windings of transformer gets heated. And when the windings of transformer gets heated, oil acts as a coolant and dissipates the generated heat in order to cool down the windings of transformer. So here transformer acts as a coolant. Besides this, transformer oil also works as a fault detector indicator for the Buchholz relay. Oil used in the main tank of transformer is generally naphtha oil or paraffin. These are the two types of oil which are generally used in the transformer, and they have excellent insulating properties, and they also provide cooling to the windings of transformer. The next part which we are going to study is conservator. Conservator is present on the top of transformer tank and it is connected with the main tank through a pipeline. This is the main tank of transformer and the conservator is connected with the main tank through a pipeline. Oil filled in the conservator is almost half of the available space. Here you can see the main tank is completely filled with the oil, whereas oil present in the conservator is almost half of the available space. When temperature of the oil present in the main tank gets heated during loading conditions, it expands. Conservator provides the available vacant space for the expanded oil. So basically, when the transformer oil gets heated, it requires a space, and that space is provided by the conservator. Hence, heated oil of the main tank expands in the conservator tank, which is fitted above the transformer. In this way, conservator tank avoids the explosion of transformer tank due to high pressure caused by the heated oil. So when the transformer oil gets heated, there are chances that due to the high pressure caused by the oil, the transformer tank may explode. In that scenario, conservator provides a space to the heated oil so that it can expand and it can avoid the explosion of transformer tank. The next part which we are going to study is breather. Breather is a cylindrical container which is attached with the conservator through a bent pipe. Here you can see this is the conservator and the breather is attached with the conservator through a bent pipe. It is connected in such a way that the atmospheric air enters and exits the conservator tank through it. So the atmospheric air enters and exits the conservator through the breather. As we know that the air coming from the atmosphere contains dust particles and humidity. Now when these particles comes in contact with the transformer oil which is present in the conservator tank, it changes the dielectric strength of oil and this may end the insulation properties of transformer oil. For that reason, it is necessary to remove these particles from the air, and for that purpose breather is used. Now breather contains a silica gel crystals in it which absorbs the moisture from the atmospheric air. However, Silica gen crystals doesn't remove the dust particles from the air. So, in order to remove the dust particles from the air, a small iron box is placed below the breather cylinder. This is the breather. Here silica gen crystals are present, and below there, this is the iron box. The oil present in that box is used to removes the dust particles from the atmospheric air. In this way, air enters in the conservator tank is free from moisture and dust particles. So, silica gen crystals remove the moisture, whereas oil present in that box remove the dust particles from the atmospheric air. Hence, breather acts as a medium for providing moisture and dust-free air to the conservator tank. This is the function of breather in a transformer. Now moving on to the next point, which is the Buchholz relay. Buchholz relay is a protective device which is used to detect the internal faults in a oil-filled transformers. It is installed in the pipeline that runs from the main tank to the conservator tank. Here you can see this is the transformer main tank, conservator, and Buchholz relay is installed here in the pipeline. So the Buchholz relay works in such a way that whenever winding insulation is breakdown or any kind of internal fault occurs inside the transformer, some amount of gases are produced and entrapped in the upper part of Buchholz relay chamber and causes the form of a oil level in it. Buchholz relay senses the nature of a fault from the form of a oil level inside the transformer. So as we studied earlier that the transformer oil helps the Buchholz relay to sense the nature of fault from the level of oil. So in this way, Buchholz relay detects the fault inside the transformer. In a case of minor fault, Buchholz relay only generates an alarm. However, in a case of severe fault, Buchholz trip circuit operates the circuit breaker in order to isolate the transformer from the supply. So in a case of a large faults and a heavy faults, we can say Buchholz trip circuit operates the circuit breaker and isolate the transformer from the supply. So this is the brief introduction of Buchholz relay. If you want to read the full detail of a Buchholz relay, link has been provided in the description. Moving forward, one of the most important part of a transformer is cooling tubes or radiators. Cooling tubes or radiators are used for cooling the transformer oil. Now, during a loading conditions, the core and windings of a transformers transfer their heat to the oil, due to which the transformer oil gets heated. By the principle of convection, heated oil flows in the upper portion of transformer tank and enters into the upper valve of cooling tubes. Here you can see this is the transformer tank. The heated oil flows in the upper portion and here it enters into the radiators. The hot oil naturally circulates through the cooling tubes and dissipates the generated heat. So the hot oil moves in the cooling tubes and dissipates the generated heat. Oil in the main tank continues to circulate by natural convection. Actually, cooling tubes works in such a way that when the heated oil moves to the upper portion of tank, the oil cooled through the cooling tubes re-enters the transformer tank at the bottom. So when the heated oil flows in the upper portion of transformer tank, the cold oil takes its place at the bottom. In this way, convection flow of heated oil continues in order to provide a proper cooling to the transformer tank. So this is the phenomena on which the cooling tubes work in order to cool the transformer tank. Now, in a case of a large heavy transformer, fans are also being inserted in the outer walls of cooling tubes for fast cooling. Here you can see the fans are being inserted on the outer walls of cooling tubes for a fast cooling. When the temperature of oil increases beyond a certain value, the fans will be automatically switched on. So once the temperature increases a certain value, the fans will be automatically switched on. Here you can see another diagram so that you can understand it. The air produced by the fans takes the heat from the surface of radiator and provides a faster heat dissipation. So the transformer cooling fans provides a faster heat dissipation. However, this method is used only for a large transformers having a rating up to 60 MVA. So in a case of a large transformer, fans are also being inserted along with the cooling tubes to provide a faster cooling. Tap changer. Tap changers are used to regulate the output voltage of transformer. Actually, tap changers are often used when we want to get a specific voltage at the output of transformer. Tap changers connect the tappings and alter the number of turns in one winding, due to which the turn ratio of transformer is changed. And we know that once the number of turns in a transformer varies, the output voltage of a transformer also varies. In the figure, you can analyze that tap changers connect any of the tapping point along the transformer winding in order to get the required turn ratio. Here you can see the tappings are provided here. We can select any of the tapping depending on what voltage we required at the output of transformer. Each of the tappings give a different voltage at the output of transformer. There are two types of tap changers, an on-load tap changer and de-energized tap changer. In the case of on-load tap changer, tappings can be changed without isolating the transformer from the supply. In the case of de-energized tap changers, it can change the tappings only when the transformer is de-energized. So in the case of de-energized tap changer, transformer needs to be cut off from the supply. So basically, tap changers are used to achieve the desired voltage at the output of a transformer. The next part which we are going to study is explosion vent. If a sudden excessive pressure of oil is developed in the main tank during a heavy internal force, it may result in the explosion of transformer. So, in order to avoid the explosion of transformer, explosion vent is provided. It is generally installed above the level of conservator tank. Here you can see this is the explosion vent and it is installed above the conservator tank. Explosion vent works in such a way that whenever excessive pressure of oil is developed in the conservator tank, the diaphragm of the explosion vent will rupture and oil from the main tank will be immediately thrown out through the vent. So this is the function of explosion vent, that whenever excessive pressure is developed, it immediately throw the transformer oil through the vent. In this way, explosion vent protects the transformer tank against the excessive pressure. This is the last part which we are going to study, and this is terminals and bushings. Transformer provides and takes the supply through the terminals, and terminals are taken out from the main tank through bushings. Transformer bushings are insulators that provide an insulation between the current carrying line conductor and the transformer tank. So the transformer bushing works as an insulator. They are mounted on the top of transformer main tank. Here you can see in the diagram, these are the transformer bushings. High voltage bushings and low voltage bushings are used as per the voltage ratings of transformer. So high voltage bushings are generally found in large transformers, whereas low voltage bushings are enough for the small transformers in order to provide the required insulation. Moreover, if you want to read the article of parts of transformer, I will provide you the link in the description. That's it. Hope this video will help you. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe if you like the video. Thanks.